that we are love. If I pull back all of these layers of who I think I am, what is left is my soul, which is eternal, and that is love. And the poem, if we think about the poem that was read earlier today, we have to be the ones to pick up the lemons. We have to be the ones to let someone in, right? We have to be the ones to open the door for someone. Let's not wait for someone to do it for us. Let's do it. Let's be the ones. Let's be that spark. Let's be that change. Let's be the ones that can set a little bit of a light out there in this darkness. There's this difference between compassion and sympathy. And Joel and I were just talking earlier this week. And compassion is we do something not for any type of recognition. We do it just because it is the right thing to do. If you see someone struggling, you help them. It is in yoga, there's this tenet called ahimsa, which is nonviolence. And if you see someone suffering and you don't acknowledge that suffering, if you don't acknowledge something to help them, that is a very violent act. So we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to do something when we see there is suffering. It is in our tradition, they say if you see something and you don't do anything about it, you're just as guilty as the perpetrator. So we do have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to make ourselves brighter. We have a responsibility to be the one to open the door. We have a responsibility to pick up. We have a responsibility to take food to someone who can't cook that day, whatever it is. But we have to do it with compassion, not with sympathy, because there's a difference. Compassion is, I'm doing it simply because it is the right thing to do. I am not doing it because I'm looking for an attaboy, I'm looking for acknowledgement, I'm looking for praise. I'm not doing it for any of that. I'm doing it simply because it is the right thing to do, and I am a human being, and as a human being, I have to do the right thing. There's a story about Rahim, who is a Muslim poet and was very wealthy. And every day, this is part of the thing that Joel and I were talking about, and every day, he would, after he had done his practice and everything, he would go and sit outside of his house, and he would put his head down, but he would give out grains or clothing, food, whatever it was, he would just give it out, but he never looked up. And finally, one of his friends became really kind of exasperated. He's like, every day you do this, and you look like you're ashamed. You look like there's, when you're out there doing it, you don't even look up to these people. And he said, I am ashamed. If I go out there and I'm handing them this food, then it looks like I'm the doer. And God in me is the doer. And God in me is serving God outside of me. And we have a responsibility to do that without this judgment. This is, when Joel and I were talking, he never looked up to see who was coming through, right? And because we tend to, as humans, we cast our judgments and say, no, they don't need help. They don't need me to do anything for them, right? We put a judgment on that. But if we don't put that judgment and we just do the right thing, or like Joel mentioned, it could have been the same person coming through and collecting grains every day, keep going around the block and collecting more. But he wasn't judging that. He just did that. And he did not want any praise for any. So if I don't look up, right, if we stay humble, then we don't have to look for anything outside of us, because doing the right thing is enough. It is absolutely enough. So yes, so during the Kali Yuga, we need to practice compassion. We need to open the caves of our hearts so that there is love that shines outside of us, because others will be drawn to that. And we have a responsibility. Those of us who are looking and searching for more have a much greater responsibility to deliver more. So when we do these chants, we also like to give just a little bit of what each chant means. And we always start with Jai Gurudev. The picture you see here is Swami Rama, and he is the guru in our lineage. But you don't need to think about your inner guru. think about this inside of you, there's this guidance that's always there and ready to guide you to do the right thing. So, and victory is victory. Victory to that inner guru that will always guide me on the path of righteousness.
Okay, repeat after me. And also, usually we have about 6 more people. So that's some examples of when and the perfect time to clap your hands. But if you ever feel it, just toss those paper
And clap.
And clap your hands. You'll kind of know when we get there, if we do. So repeat after me. Jai Guru Dev, Guru Dev Namo. Go. Jai Guru Dev, Guru Dev Namo. 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 Jai Guru Dev, Guru Dev Namo.
Next one is Giant Ganesha, and if one's seen any of the Hindu gods, you've probably seen Ganesh, the elephant god, who is known as the remover of the obstacles. And it's not, in yoga, we're not praying or propitiating anything outside of ourselves. We're not propitiating for God to make me happy. We're not propitiating for God to remove my obstacles. We're propitiating that because our inner dweller is an aspect of God. We, all of us, are aspects of God. All of us are part of the whole. We're small parts of the whole, but we are parts of the whole, right? If you think of a drop of the ocean, it has all the components of the ocean, but it's not the entire ocean. And that's what we are. We are this component, we are this aspect of God, but we're not fully the entirety of God, of divinity, divine mother, nature, whatever you choose to call it, it doesn't matter. There's something out there that we're part of, but that is also bigger than us. And so Ganesha, when we're saying victory to the one that removes the obstacles, but it's not, like I said, we're not propitiating outside, we're propitiating that. Give me the strength to remove my obstacles. Give me the strength to look at things differently so that the world, I can see some lightness in the world. I can see some love in the world because whatever's in the mind is what we project out into the world. So if I can change and shift and have a little bit of lightness in me, then I will also see that, but not only that, I will attract it to me as well. Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Jaya Gananatha. Jaya Ganesha, Jaya Jaya Gananatha. Jaya Ganesha, Jaya these next two go one into the other. And the first one is for Hanuman. And if you've seen the monkey god, that is Hanuman. And he represents service. And this goes back to what we were just talking about. And we're here to serve, right? We're here to do it because it is the right thing to do. And and Hanuman is an incarnation, the 11th incarnation of Shiva. And one of my favorite stories from the Ramayana is, so Rama had been exiled from his kingdom for 14 years. He'd been sent out with his wife and his brother. And along the way, he creates an army to fight the demons. And this is all internal inside of ourselves, right? So the story has all these characters, but we think of it as our own internal growth and evolution. So Hanuman is this incarnation of Shiva, and he is the epitome of being the ideal servant. So when I think of Hanuman, if we can just do one speck of a tiny piece of dirt of service, then we will lead this world better because we were here. And so if you think about Hanuman, the 11th incarnation of Shiva, so he is equal to Rama because Rama is the incarnation of Vishnu. But never once did Rama sent him into Lanka to look for his wife. I'm really condensing the story, but he sent him into Lanka to look for his wife. Hanuman could have completely destroyed Lanka at that point, but he said, no, this is not my job. I'm here to deliver a message. And he just delivered a message. He did catch it on fire with his tail, but that's another story. And then he left. But the day that Rama is to be, he's removed, he's allowed to come back to the kingdom, his exile is over, and he's there. And what Hanuman does is he puts himself on all fours so that he can be the footstool for Rama. And that is so beautiful, right? Sometimes we have to be the footstool. Sometimes we have to lower ourselves, right? And that's perceived lowering of ourselves to provide a service for someone. But many times we say, oh, I want to be of service for God, but we want to be of service how we want to be of service, however it will inflate the ego, so to speak. But if we really open ourselves up to this, we can be okay being a footstool. There's a beautiful story, and I've shared this, so I know everybody around here has heard this story, but the Vedanta Society in California, there was one of the monks who was giving a lecture, and the toilet overflowed. And he left the lecture because he was the one who knew how to fix the toilet, and he left to go fix the toilet. And then he went to the teacher the next day because the teacher wanted to meet and talk with him. And he said, so why did you do that? And he said, well, I live here, I eat here, I sleep here. It was my duty to do that. He said, no, that's where God called you to serve. Can we go and can we clean a toilet because that's where God called us to serve, right? You guys have been called to do some cleanup work around here. Can you come and clean and do it with love in your heart? As much as if you can come here and lead a service one day, right? Because neither job is more important.
Right.
It is how you approach that job.
Right.
That's the important thing. So can you open the heart and do it with love? So it goes from Hanuman Bolo into Hema Durga, and this is an aspect of Divine Mother. In the tradition of yoga, Shiva is the male aspect, which represents consciousness, and Shakti is the female aspect, which represents the power to be and the power to become, right? It's the unity of Shiva and Shakti. It's the unity of the Ha and the Ta, the sun and the moon within ourselves. So we want to have the consciousness to know what is right to do, but we want to have that power, that strength to do it. And that's where Shakti comes in. Mm-hmm. So the first part is Hanuman, all about service, and then we go into Ma Durga, and she's that power that will get you up and get you going.
Hanuman, Bolo, Hanuman, Bolo. Jai Sitaram, Jai Jai Hanuman. Hanuman, Bolo, Hanuman, Bolo. Jai Sitaram, Jai 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 Jaya Hanuman.
Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo, Jai Sita Ram, Jai Jaya Hanuman.
Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo, Jai Sita Ram, Jai Jaya Hanuman.
Hanuman bolo, Hanuman bolo, So this last one, I don't know if maybe some of you have heard of Yogananda, autobiography of a yogi. He has a lot of chants. He has a book called The Cosmic Chants. And he said that they have a special energy to him because he charged them himself. He came to America in 1922, I think it was. Yeah, I believe it was 1922. So this one has, if you think about what it means, it's just, let's open our hearts. Let's open our hearts. Let's let, God is closer to us than our own heart. So the soul resides in the cave of the heart. So we have to get to the Atman, right? The kingdom of Atman is within. We have to get to that. I like to envision, there's these cave of the heart meditations, but I like to envision that opening up right through the heart. And inside, I have to clear what's inside my heart. I have to clear that because I store hatred in my heart. I store jealousy in my heart. But there's also love in my heart. But I have to get through all of the mire of the delusion, all of those things that I've attached to get to that God light that is inside the cave of the heart. And that's what the saints and the sages, the ancients, whether it be from the Native Americans, whether it be from the yoga tradition, the Sufis from the Muslim tradition, the Christian mystics, it doesn't matter. They've gone through the cave of the heart, and they've gotten behind the cave of the heart, and that's where the kingdom of Atman. That's where each of us, that's where we are the same. That's where we are all brothers and sisters. We're just these balls of energy that have been contained. And so imagine if we cover over these these windows with tons and tons of blinds, right? And then we start to lift up a blind, and then we lift up another blind, where we're doing our practice, we're removing these contaminants, and then pretty soon we look outside and we're like, whoa, there's the sun. And inside of us, our own soul is more effulgent than the sun. We have that much light to share with the world. So yeah, we are in the Kali Yuga, we are in these dark times, but we have that light inside of us to share. We just have to get through our junk, but we can do it. We can 100% do it. So after we do Door of My Heart, we sit for just a very brief, silent, guided group meditation, and then we will close with our Devi Ashram prayer. to take a moment to find a comfortable seat. Try to elongate the spine so that your head, neck, and trunk straight. If you'd like to take my entry pose, it's where you just slide forward so that the knees are right on top of the ankles. Palms can be up or down. And then just begin to notice the breath. The inhalations, the exhalations. Are they moving one into the other with no pausing? No jerks. No noise. Do they feel even as they enter through the left and the right nostril? Do they feel even energetically with the exhalation? Then begin to lengthen the inhalation and exhalation. The exhalation traveling from the crown down to the tailbone. Inhaling. Tailbone up to the crown, right in the core of the body, up and down, smooth, continuous, no sounds. What we're doing right now is just gently stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, that mode of rest and relax. Letting go of anything that might be worrying you, anything you might be struggling with. If the mind wants to travel to those grooves, just gently come back to the breath. The mind loves a job, so let's give the mind a job of following the breath. Inhaling, tailbone to crown. Exhaling, crown to tailbone. You might feel somewhere along the journey, maybe it feels like it's stuck a little bit. If that happens, just give it permission to open, to create that space so the breath can flow. What we're actually doing now is manipulating our prana, our life force. Now the next time you come up, pause right behind the heart. The Anahata chakra. The exhalation, exhaling out that smaller self, those things that don't serve you, and inhaling that pure cosmic energy, that pure love from the universe, pulling it into the heart and beyond, into the Anahata chakra. Exhaling, letting go what it is that no longer serves. Inhaling, breathing in from the universe, pure love. Pure peace. Inhaling that expansion. And when you're ready, you begin to exhale that same expansion out of you. to the neighbor sitting next to you, to the neighbor in front of you, to the other side behind you. Inhaling that expansion and then simply giving it back so that everyone in this room is now connecting through this line, this pure line of energy, this pure white light from our hearts. And then allowing it to go beyond the walls of this room, beyond the walls of this building, beyond the city of Lima. Inhaling and exhaling it back out. It is infinite, as you are infinite. It is boundless, as you are boundless. It is divine, as you are divinity. You can visualize going into Ohio and beyond Ohio. Beyond Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan, going on and beyond the United States, beyond North America, beyond South America, Central America. Inhaling and exhaling this boundless, pure, divine light that is more effulgent than the sun and that connects us all, giving it freely, moving on to other continents, to space, to other galaxies, to other planets. It doesn't stop here. We are meant to live in this place of expansion. Sitting in this place of acceptance, this place of compassion, this place of service. Sitting in this space of love. Inhaling and exhaling and inhaling it into you. Exhaling and giving it back. Gently begin to pull the space back into the heart, into the body. Knowing this is your true nature. Returning to the breath in and out through the nose. Continue to sit with the eyes shut. If you'd like to flutter the eyes open. As we saying our closing prayer together.
Let me cherish those that God cherishes. Let me forgive those that God forgives. Let me serve those that God serves. Let me love those that God loves. Let me cherish those that God cherishes. Let me forgive those that God forgives. Let me serve those that God serves. Let me love those that God loves. Let me cherish those that God cherishes. Let me forgive those that God forgives. Let me serve those that God serves. Let me love those that God loves. Let me cherish those that God cherishes. Let me forgive those that God forgives. Let me serve those that God serves. Let me love those that God loves.
Let me cherish those that God cherishes. Let me forgive those that God forgives. Let me serve those that God serves. Let me love those that God loves. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you want to join us, we always end our service with a covenant where we join hands in a circle. You're more than welcome to join us.
And then if you'd like to just stop by the back table and leave your offertory for today so that we can contribute to these beautiful people, since we forgot to take them.
We were busy.
I know, we were a bit more doing things, making stuff happen.
Yes.
Just keep that on Oh, how we going to do it?
Love
is the spirit of this church, and service is its law, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. This is our covenant.
Big thank you.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Right there. Yep. Love the socks.
Cuteness. Gosh, you get the right one.
Did they say this one?
How's life, Mike?
Thank you.
How you doing, Miss Christine?
Got a new roommate.
Okay.
Very yeah, just, I'm anxious to,
It
it was hard to even clear my mind today. Sorry. Sadness. Yeah, just so, I wish that, I wasn't having all this feeling right before I came to this lovely thing today. It was,
Close this out.
okay, oh, look at all the people. That's nice.
So that you're not being recorded.